Hello vinyl community, Mike from Mike Guitar Player 07 here, coming at you live with another vinyl record video. And today is a very long overdue Vinyl Tag 2020 video for me. I was in Arizona when everybody was posting and everybody was talking about the vinyl tag, so I saw maybe two people's vinyl tag videos and haven't even gotten around to posting mine. And then there was a bunch of contests with deadlines. This didn't have a deadline. So, let's get started. Best find of 2019. Some of these are VCLT, some of them were things I found, a combination of the both. Those who gave the VCLT know who you are. Johnny Cash, the sound of Johnny Cash. This is my favorite Johnny Cash album. Original 6-Eye, mono, couldn't be happier. Fantastic find. Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from Memory. You guys have seen me talk about this one on many videos too. My favorite Dream Theater album, one of my favorite albums of all time. Was thrilled to get it on wax. Let's see, what's next? We got Paul McCartney and Wings, Venus and Mars, my favorite Wings album. I've heard every Wings album except for two of them, so I'd have to say I have a pretty good judgment on this being my favorite. So, Venus and Mars. Paul McCartney's debut solo album, McCartney. George Harrison's Dark Horse. Apparently I have a lot of Beatles in regards to this. However, it was a good year for Beatles, I guess, for me. We got Fort Vine's Stay Magical. It came with a sticker from the label, so don't mind that. But Fort Vine's Stay Magical. And then Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 45 RPM single. My favorite album of 2019, this was fairly simple. Billie Eilish, Where Do We Go When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? That's what it's called. So this one, it's probably the most played modern album for me in recent days. A novelty record, I'm going to have to go with the Beatles again. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band 10-year anniversary picture disc. So, right? Yeah, 1978, yeah, that was 10 years after. A homage cover that pays homage to another band, well, we're paying homage to the Beatles. The Ruddles. We got them paying homage to Meet the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Let It Be, and Magical Mystery Tour. But it's Meet the Ruddles, Tragical History Tour, Sgt. Rudder's Darts Club Band, and Let It Rot. So, interesting album, not the best out there though. A deep B-side or deep cut. I'm going with The Drifters. So the A-side is On Broadway, which is a song people would know. However, the B-side is Let the Music Play, which is a fantastic one, and I highly encourage you all to check it out. Something funky. We're going jazz and jazz fusion. We're going with Snarky Puppy. This is their Record Store Day 2018, April 2018 release. Of the song Shark Tank, right? Shark Tank, yeah. It's a one-sided LP. The B-side is etched with a puppy little thing because Snarky Puppy, so that's kind of cool. Weird Shelf Buddies. Well, if it doesn't get this, if this ain't weird, I don't know what is. We got Eminem and we got the Everly Brothers. So that's pretty funky. I Was There, a band I've seen. There's a handful. However, I decided to go with Mannheim Steamroller because it's the most recent one I've been to. I have the original pressing of this album. However, they just redid this album for the 35th anniversary, and I met the band and had it signed. So, I thought I would show this one. So, Mannheim Steamroller, Christmas, 35th anniversary. Record, I wish I had an OG, but I have a repress. I got two of them that came to mind. John Coltrane's Blue Train, Lee Morgan's The Sidewinder. I think I'm on my phone, I'm recording, I think it's flipped for whatever reason, because you're not able to read that properly, and I'm just realizing this now, so I guess that since I've been recording on my phone, it's been doing that. Let me know if that's been the case, and if there's a way to fix that, because that's annoying. Okay, a discography you own. I'm going based off of studio albums only, even though I have almost all the live stuff too, whether it be including CD, cassette, this, that, and the other thing, but I'm including studio albums, Led Zeppelin. So we got Led Zeppelin 1, we got Led Zeppelin 2, we got Led Zeppelin 3, we got Untitled, So-So, Led Zeppelin 4, whatever you want to call it. We got Presence, This is a live album, but we'll consider it anyway. The song remains the same. 2 different versions of the album cover of Into the Outdoor. And Led Zeppelin's Coda, I consider this a studio album. It's outtakes, but I don't care. I consider it that, and I can. So, a unique center label. I'm going with an album by the Dixie Chicks called Fly. And why this one is unique, because this is directly related to the album itself. Because on the cover, as you can see, it says FLY in fancy ways. Well, they have the Y in every single center label here. Y. So, that is my unique center label, because no other record will have this Fly center label. Unless there's future represses of this album, because this is the first pressing of this album, because it's never been on wax before. Because this album came out in the 90s. 1999 this album came out. And in 2016, it got a vinyl pressing. So, there's that. Pre-Band, an album that featured someone who went on to become famous. David Crosby. He was a member of the Byrds. Then he went off to create Crosby, Stills & Nash, or Crosby, Stills & Nash & Young, depending on what album. And he's more well-known for this, and for his solo crew stuff. I don't own any of his solo crew stuff, but Crosby, Stills & Nash. And then, unless you're really looking at the band members, you didn't know that about the Byrds. So, there's that. A music, book, or movie you would recommend? Well, I'm going to pull out both. Book would be They Call Me Supermensch by Shep Gordon. This book is about his life, both growing up and then being a manager of musicians, film actors, and in food, chefs. This is one of the best books I've ever read in my life, and I would like to say I've read a decent amount of books. Still going at that, but to date, this is the best book I've ever read in my life. There's stories that you just can't make up that he tells you in this thing. I'm not going to go into details to it because I'll ruin it, but let's just say there's a very funny story about Janis Joplin in here. Kind of a gross one in regards to fan mail with Alice Cooper. And it's just a great book. That also was a movie first, actually, before the book came out, but I haven't seen the movie yet. And then in regards to music movie that I would recommend, if you guys like metal, and if you guys like Iron Maiden, I would recommend The Making of The Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. This is one of my favorite albums by them. When I was first getting into them, it was my favorite album by them, but it's no longer the case. However, fantastic album, fantastic documentary. An album that is underrated, Their Satanic Majesty's Request by the Rolling Stones. This is my favorite Rolling Stones album. I haven't heard every single album in their discography. I'm not going to act like I have. However, of what I know, this is it. And this is like no other Beatles album. For those who know, it's obviously a direct response to Sgt. Pepper. It's very psychedelic. It's very cool. It's very unique. I love every moment of it. All right, let's see. Batting average. An artist that makes consistently great albums. I put these records out of order in this pile. However, that's okay. I'm going with the band Boston. Their first album, killer. Don't Look Back, killer. Third Stage, killer. Then they went on to do the album Walk On, which I only have on CD. Killer. Then they had a Greatest Hits album. For obvious reasons. Killer. Really, it wasn't until around 2014, 13, early 2010s, late 2000s, that they put out an album that I was like, ugh. So, for that reason, I'm going to say that is an artist that consistently makes good albums across the board. Alright, an album I bought for cheap, but is now worth money. I got 2 of them I'm going to pull out. The first one is AC/DC's TNT. This is the Australian first album by the Australian band AC/DC. I got this for $4. It is now worth $30 plus, or can go for $30 plus. I don't know about necessarily in the condition it's in, because it skips once or twice. Didn't have an inner sleeve when I got it. The jacket's kind of tattered in some parts. However, for something that goes for $30 plus, even sometimes in bad condition, $4 was a steal for that. And then the even bigger of the two would be an original mono pressing of Buffalo Springfield again. I paid $1 for this. On Discogs, this particular pressing says $74 in value. However, I've seen this album in mono go up to $160, $164. So that's pretty cool. My favorite drummer, John Bonham. One of my two favorite bands of all time is Led Zeppelin. You saw their discography already. Album turning 20 in 2020. I don't have any on vinyl record, unfortunately. I'm still working on getting the more modern albums on record, so I'll have to skip that. I have them on CD, but I didn't want to cheat and do that. Let's see. I skipped this question somewhere. I don't know where it is, but an album with two different albums was one of the questions. And we're going with the Mamas and the Papas. This is If You Could Believe Your Eyes and Ears. This is the way it was originally released. This is my grandfather's copy, actually. And then they released it like this. And then there's another version that I don't have that was released without this photo here, and then the toilet was actually shown. So, where did I miss that? Because I know that was somewhere in here. No. It was in here somewhere, but I missed it. Oh. Trilogy of albums was supposed to be that Boston one. And then a band that never makes a bad album. I'm twisting my questions around. But, you know. And a band that never made a bad album would be this, Queen. I've never been disappointed by an album. Some are better than others, however. I've never been disappointed by them. So pardon me twisting up the two questions. The trilogy of albums was supposed to be the Boston one. Band that never put out a bad album would be Queen, even though my statements with Boston do still hold up. And then VC shoutouts. All right, we got Bill at the Vinyl Verse. We got Rod, the Happy Hippie, the Vinyl Guy. We got Chris at Tunes from the Man Cave. We got Emma at 8 Vinyl Low. We got Jeff at Jeff Kempen. We got Mike at Jam on Vinyl. Hannah at the Omaha Introvert. We got Steve Carlson at Steve Carlson Vinyl Community. We have Melinda at Melinda Murphy. We have Randall Weaver. We have Michigan Record Club. We have who else? We got Dylan at Noble Records. We have, you know, I didn't really prepare a list, but those are a few shout-outs. If I didn't say your name, obviously, I still love you anyway, but I can only pull out so many out of my head at one time. So that is my Vinyl Tag 2020. I actually recorded that quicker than I thought it was going to, so that's cool. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry for being late. Keep on spinning that wax, and I'll see you in the next Vinyl Record video.